Welcome back. Aurelius and Malik, the Conflict Archive. We close the First Punic War file today. 5 parts. The end of the story. The First Punic War ends not with cheers, but with a heavy silence. Carthage has surrendered, and the Treaty of Lutatius is signed. Yet for many, it feels like a mere whisper of victory. The battle has concluded, but the scars of conflict remain etched in the land. Sicily, once vibrant and full of life, now lies in ruins, abandoned, echoing with memories of loss and suffering. We must remember, the cost of this empire building is far greater than any treaty can convey.
That silence is deafening, Aurelius. It's not just a lack of celebration. It's the sound of despair. The people of Sicily didn't just lose a war, they lost their homes, their futures. The Treaty of Lutatius may have been signed, but it brought little solace. The true cost of this conflict is measured not in treaties, but in the shattered lives left behind.
Indeed, the aftermath is stark. The Carthaginian navy, once the dominant force in the Mediterranean, now reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. They are running grain under Roman oversight, a far cry from their former glory. This is what empires do. They expand, but the consequences ripple through the lives of ordinary people.
But let's not forget who truly bears the burden of this expansion. The Sicilian civilians are not just collateral damage. Their daily lives are in ruins. A mother searching for food in Panormus is not an abstract concept. She's a real person, forced to claw through rubble. Her children are not just statistics. They are the future of a community that has been decimated.
You bring up a crucial point. The legionaries returning home are just as haunted. They've seen the horrors of war, and now they confront their own shattered lives. The air is thick with mourning, the laughter of children replaced by an unsettling silence. The price of victory is steep, and we can't ignore the toll it takes on our people. We celebrate conquest, yet we must reckon with the scars it leaves behind, both on the land and in our hearts.
Aurelius, it's easy to talk about burdens. But what you call victory feels more like a Pyrrhic win. Rome may stand as the master of the Western Mediterranean, but at what cost? Families are torn apart, and communities lie in ashes. The pride of Rome is undercut by the bitterness of its own veterans. They return to overgrown fields, and hunger gnaws at their families.
And yet, we see Rome's power continuing to grow. The Republic stands proudly with its first overseas province under its belt. There's a palpable sense of triumph in the Senate, a belief that they've truly secured their place in history. But this triumph is overshadowed by the simmering tension in the streets. Old rivalries among the populace are bubbling up again. It's a fragile peace, one that could easily shatter if we're not careful.
That peace is anything but stable. In Carthage, the silence is filled with fear. The harbors are empty. The shipyards, silent. The economy is crumbling. The loss of Sicily's grain and silver devastates merchants and noble families alike. This isn't just about military defeat. It's a complete social collapse. The people are left wondering where their next meal will come from.
True, the consequences of this war reach far beyond the battlefield. The mercenary war is a direct consequence of the growing discontent among soldiers left unpaid for their service. Those who once fought valiantly for Carthage now rise up against their leaders, taking to the streets in a frenzy of violence. It's a brutal reminder that loyalty can easily morph into anger when promises are broken. We see this time and again throughout history. The core of loyalty can fray under pressure.
The leaders of Carthage respond with purges, but that only breeds more chaos. Neighbors turn on each other, suspicion festers, and fear grips the city. This isn't merely a struggle for power. It's the unraveling of a society. The mercenary war is a testament to how quickly loyalty can dissolve into violence. Carthage's wounds are deep.
And yet, beneath those ashes, Carthage does not perish. The city's pride may be wounded, but its spirit endures. We can feel the longing for revenge against Rome quietly festering. The scars of the First Punic War won't fade easily. New conflicts loom on the horizon, and Rome's insatiable appetite for expansion isn't going anywhere. History teaches us that the embers of conflict often smolder long before they ignite again. We must watch closely. The next chapter is already being written.
The legacy of this conflict isn't just written in treaties. It's etched in the memories of those who lived through it. Roman writers will spin grand tales of their victories, while Carthaginian scribes will mourn their losses, capturing the pain of defeat. The survivors in Sicily will carry their stories of resilience and endurance, passing them down through generations. This war will resonate through time, serving as a poignant reminder of the human cost that comes with ambition and the strife it brings.
The First Punic War is over, but its scars run deep. Time may cover the fields in green again, and cities may rise from the ruins. But we know better. Beneath this facade of peace, the trauma endures. History reminds us that every silence carries a weight, a silent promise that storms will come again. We can almost hear the distant rumble of conflict brewing. There's a certain inevitability to it all. Empires rise and fall, but the lessons? They linger like shadows.
And that closes the First Punic War file. 5 parts. 1 complete story. The full series lives on the Conflict Archive, part of the Archive Network. There's no shortage of files. Browse. What pulls at you next?